How to find the hottest wholesale deals in minutes. Guys, it's Rick Ginn, and today I'm going to reveal what you need to do to get a deal as fast as possible. And if you stick with me through the end, I will show you the exact technique you need to employ to make sure you follow through and get these deals. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, you hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the absolute best truthful information about wholesaling today. So the first one is simple. And honestly, you have to simplify this business. I'm going to teach you how to go hunting for deals to get deals as fast as possible. So most of you are way overcomplicating it. You're trying to do the most expensive list. You're trying to use the highest end software. Every technique I'm going to show you today has nothing to do with that. So to create urgency, we need to get the best list humanly possibly available. And the first one is simply driving for dollars. Just get in your car and go look for ugly houses. What do you mean? Just look for houses with overgrown landscaping, high grass, boarded up windows, blue tarps on the roof, really, really nasty deferred maintenance. Guys, there's always a story behind every one of these houses. And by you going out and collecting this list, think about it. Everybody else has to buy this list from a software company. You have to go through 5,000, 10,000 leads. You can go out and get a couple hundred leads that are going to have a much higher probability of getting a deal sooner than later. And here's the cool part. Other than some time and a little bit of gas money, it didn't cost you any money. And honestly, this is the fastest way to get a wholesale deal, in my opinion. It is the highest quality list. You're beating out all the other investors because they got a pull list of 5,000 to 10,000. You go out and get a couple hundred properties that need some help. They look ugly. There's always a story. Nobody voluntarily lets their property go that bad. Driving for dollars is probably the most overlooked technique. And honestly, whenever my company's short on leads or we're getting behind, we all get in our car and we go out and have a contest and we just collect. Now, you can do this old school. You can just use a yellow pad and just a notepad and write it down. You can use modern technology with GPS. You can take pictures. Heck, you can use Deal Machine. It's up to you. You don't have to spend money to this, but you do have to put in the effort. Driving for dollars to date, even when I started in wholesaling and to date, in my opinion, is the fastest route to find a motivated seller to put together a fast wholesale deal. My second go-to list is, once again, it's free. Guys, this is simple. We often overlook this. Go down to your county courthouse, and I want you to pull 3 lists. And there's a lot more than 3 lists, but I'm going to show you the 3 lists that are going to have the highest probability of you leading to a deal fast. Number 1, the foreclosure list, often known as the pre-foreclosure. But this is when the bank files a lawsuit or a notice of default, letting them know you haven't made the payments on the property. We're filing a lawsuit to take the property back. Obviously, that can create a lot of motivation with people. That is a phenomenal list. And the key to that list is to catch them sooner than later. If you can catch them in the first 90 days of a foreclosure, you can usually work out a really nice deal. You get a lot of time to wholesale the deal, and the seller gets time to relocate, find another house. If you let them stay in the house too long and they wait 6, 7 months into it, they procrastinate and you can never get a deal done. So the pre-foreclosure list, aka the foreclosure list, catch them the first 90 days at your courthouse. The sooner you catch them, the better. You have to attempt to strike a conversation with them. I'll go over at the end of this on how you can do that. But the foreclosure, pre-foreclosure list at the courthouse is key. The second list that I love is the eviction list. And this is basically when a landlord files a court lawsuit to basically rid their tenants because of lack of payment. And they're basically suing the tenant. Now, in most states, this can happen within 30 days. Some states take 60 to 90 days. Heck, some states take forever. Make sure you understand your state's eviction laws. But once they file this notice, it's a very public document. So the pre-foreclosure, foreclosures, and the eviction list, these are 2 very easily public lists that you can get. You should have little to no resistance. Why? Because it's a public lawsuit. It has to be announced to the world. Now, you can find these online, whatever you want to do. But once you have that eviction list, once again, if you stay to the end, I will tell you how to attack this list. This list is golden. Why? Because this is when the tenants stop paying. Usually the property's in poor shape. If it's a tired landlord or someone that doesn't understand what they got into the landlord business, they typically want to get out of the property because they don't want to lose any more money. The third list you want to pull at your courthouse is your probate list. This is a list of people that have passed away that might possibly own real estate. You have to cross-reference it to your local property appraiser's office. But if someone's passed away and they own property, most people have to go through a formal process called probate, which basically the court appoints a representative known as the PR, the executor, and that person has the legal authority to do what they want with the property, either sell it, lease it, list it, repair it, keep it, whatever they want to do. And a lot of these people have motivation because the property has deferred maintenance or they lived in another state. And a lot of people are very emotional about probates. It's a tough thing when a family member dies. So a lot of times there's motivation for them to sell their properties. And this list you can get at your county probate courthouse. Now, this list, I'm going to be honest, you're going to get some resistance on it. You've got to carefully ask for the list and you've got to be very nice about it and get instructions from the court employees. This list takes some time to get. So take your time and learn how to get the list. You want to learn more how to do it, go over to freewholesaling.com. The third list is one you probably don't even think about, and you're not going to find it on your computer. Heck, you're not going to find it in an app, and you're not going to find it anywhere else. It's your local title company. But wait a minute, Rick, what do you mean my local title company? That's not a list, that's a company. You're right. And understand this, title companies are in the business of writing title insurance for real estate transactions. So they come across more buyers and sellers and vendors within the real estate business than you're ever going to meet in a lifetime. So if they can do 100 to 200 transactions with a month, I want you to think about the amount of contacts they have. I found this out by accident. It is unbelievable the people that title companies know. Now, you have to get a bit of a personal relationship, hopefully with the principal or the employees. But once you understand them, start asking. Just ask. Hey, do you know any sellers looking to sell the properties? Hey, do you know any new cash buyers? You guys looking to build robust cash buyer list? Title companies are the secret for it. I have found more hard money and soft money lenders just by getting recommendations from my local title company. And here's my favorite part. They love to give me deals that have completely fallen apart at the closing table. The buyers walked away and the sellers say, I need to sell it now. Perfect. If I have a trusted relationship with my title company, they refer me, they give me the phone number. If we put the deal together, they just want to close the transaction so they can get their fees on the HUD. And why not? Guys, if you are not looking to harvest data from your title companies, a lot of lawyers are associated with it. They know every probate lawyer in town. And guys, for this reason alone, work with your title companies and extract as much data as you can. Remember, you have to help them. You always have to put the what's in it for them. What's in it for them? If you can make more contacts, you can bring them more closings and they'll make more money. You'll make more money. It is a huge win situation. Guys, harvest lists and data from your title companies. You will thank me later. So coming in number 4 is your city and your county list. And these lists are huge. And these are the lists I started out doing when I first started wholesaling back in 2003. Now, the first one that is just a no-brainer, and you've heard me and Zach say it all the time, code violations. This is simply when people do something wrong in their house. They're not mowing their grass. They paint the house the wrong color. They're running a business in the front yard. The city has certain codes you have to follow, and if you don't, you get a violation. What's the deal? They get a violation because if they don't correct it, they can wind up getting a fine somewhere between $50 and $100 a day until they correct it. Now, most people don't purposely try to violate the city codes, but sometimes people have financial issues. They have things going on in their life, maybe a loss of job, and these things mount. So we are perfect people as wholesalers to go in, reach out to this list, and basically track down these sellers that are having issues and see if we can help them sell their house. A lot of them need to sell their house. Here's the key is you got to get that list. It's going to take some work to get the list, not the easiest list in the world to get. But once you get that, you can either skip trace the list, or I'll give you a couple options at the end of this video to track down these sellers. But man, when there's smoke, there's fire. This list is incredible. You need to get on this list right away. The second at the city or county level would be the water shutoff. Now, you've got to make sure if it's a public utility in that town, it's basically a list of everyone who's had their water shut off in the last 30 or 90 days, whatever you filter the list at. And Rick, why are you chasing this list down? Keep in mind, if you don't have water running, there's a lot of things that can't go on the property. You can't use the bathroom, can't use the shower. There's so many things. Honestly, if the water shut off, it's always a financial situation. And if there's a tenant involved, it's even worse. Guys, remember, there's smoke, there's fire. Go after these water shutoff lists. They're not the easiest list to get. I tell you that up front, you're going to have to earn it. But if you get it, the list is phenomenal for motivated seller leads for your wholesale deals. And the last one at the city and county level is going to be your fire damaged properties. Yes, you can sell properties that are burnt. A lot of these homes are small kitchen fires or bath fires due to electrical issues, like a toaster, a hairdryer, or something like that. And maybe the kitchen gets burnt, maybe the bathroom gets burnt a little bit. Heck, maybe the entire property gets burnt. But there is always an insurance estimate that goes with it. You don't have to understand it. You just have to find these deals. And when you do it, there'll be an insurance estimate. You can back the math out just like you would on a rehab project. You just have to go out and find cash buyers that like to buy fire damaged properties. And it's got to make financial sense for them. It's got to make financial sense for you. These lists are phenomenal because a lot of wholesalers avoid them like the plague because they don't understand them. Remember, when people don't understand something or they're scared of it, you should run to it. These lists are absolute gold. And coming up on my last list is basically networking. So what's the best way to network? Is go to your local REIAS. Now, you can usually get in for free on your first or second visit, but I'm here to tell you, if it's 10 or 20 bucks, just pay it. The key to a REIA, which stands for Real Estate Investor Association, is not buy all the crap they try to sell you. And trust me, they will try to sell you every course in the world because that's how they actually make their money. They split their fees with presenter, and then the host is there to fill the seats. The presenter provides content information, but they sell the package and they leave. And then you're left holding the bag to try to figure out what to do. So go to the event early, network with everybody you humanly possibly can, and stay afterwards and network in the lobby, in the parking lot. And that's where I've created some of my best wholesale deals. I've done a lot of JV deals like that. I found hard money. I found soft money. And I don't want you focusing on hard money in the beginning, but the networking is great. Remember, you could also find local real estate agents there that want to talk with investors, and you can learn how to network with them to possibly find deals before they go to an on-market property. It is a huge win-win. Guys, the more you can network, the faster you can get a deal. And honestly, why not network? Because it doesn't cost you anything other than a little bit of time. And then you get to meet with people just like me. I love going to REIAs. And honestly, if you got a REIA, please invite me. I love going to that stuff. I've been doing this 21 years. I love a good networking event. So remember, at the beginning of the video, I told you how to attack most of these leads. So all your courthouse leads other than probates, I completely would do it with reverse driving for dollars. So first of all, when you do driving for dollars, you can simply cold call those leads, or you can do reverse driving for dollars and leave a sticky on the door. Hey, I got a quick question about your house. This is Rick and your phone number. When you go to the courthouse leads, the pre-foreclosures are excellent for reverse driving for dollars. As far as your probates, I like the good old warm call, which you have to skip trace and find it, or you can send them just a simple 8.5 by 11 letter. If you want to learn more how to do that, go to freewholesaling.com. And your evictions, you just have to cold call or mail to them. I prefer cold call. And then when it comes to your city and county list, all of them, I would do them all reverse driving for dollars. Fire damage, water shutoff, and code violation, it works the best. Or you can cold call them or do a combination of both. Obviously, with your title company, you just need to go there and extract that information. Don't do it in an email or a phone call because it's not going to work. And the last one, when it comes to networking, just go and spend the time. And remember, ask people what you can do for them and offer to help before you try to extract information. That is the best way to network. Don't be that guy or gal that goes into the room and says, oh, where are all my cash buyers? Like, give me your... I run from people like that in REIAs because it's a one-sided relationship and you don't want to do business with people like that. So guys, let me know in the comments which of these techniques you're going to use to get your first wholesale deal the fastest. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, Make sure you smash that like button. You hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the best information on wholesaling today. Guys, this is Ginn, and I'll talk to you soon.